And we're live. What's going on, everybody? My name is Alex, Fat Man the Flipper. I'm your friendly neighborhood Fat Man. If you're new to this channel and this show is for you. If you're a new reseller or if you're just a reseller, point blank, period, this show is for you. I myself, I'm a new reseller. I sell on Poshmark, eBay, Amazon, and as of this week, I sold my first item on Mercari. So I'm new to this whole journey, and when it comes to reselling, this whole venture in business, and that's what this show is about. Is about us being able to come together as a community of resellers and just to share each other's experiences, what we've gone through, what we've been through, what our goals are, and just to build a community amongst ourselves to be able to talk about what we do. And tonight's a special night because if you were here last week, I put it out there. If you're a new reseller and you want to come on the show, I invited everybody. And a few people reached out to me, and I have them here as very special guests. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce them right now. Ladies first, starting with my homegirl, Tiffany. What's up, Tiffany? Still put to the world.
Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm Tiffany.
Tell them what you do. You're a reseller on you resell
Yes,
on Amazon and eBay, right?
I do eBay and Amazon. Yeah, I mostly focus on Amazon just because I feel like that's where I want my focus to be right now. But definitely anything that I am gated in, restricted in category brands, whatever. If it's, if the comps are good on eBay, I mean, I go for it.
Awesome, Tiffany. I'm
Yeah.
glad that you're here. You have an amazing story, and I really hope you share it with us and share it with everybody here because
Thank you.
it's awesome. It's awesome. And I'm gonna go ahead and introduce my main man, BJ, the farming picker. Go ahead, say what's up to everybody.
Hey guys, I'm BJ. Like Alex said, the farming picker is what I go by Instagram and YouTube. And I've been selling since about, let's see, I got my Amazon started, my account started in September. I didn't really start sending stuff in until December. And also selling on eBay and locally.
Cool, man. Welcome. Welcome, BJ. I'm glad you're here too. He also has a pretty cool story. And like I said, this thing is awesome because we're all resellers. That's something that we all have in common. And it's just amazing, how everybody has their story, of how they started or why they started. And inviting everybody out there that's watching to have that opportunity to share your so we can build those relationships, those connections with people, and be able to grow as a community. Help support each other. Most importantly, now, last but not least, all the way from his house on internet, I got my main man at my left and my right hand, DG Picker. What's up, Jordan? Today
What's up?
What's up? Say what's up to everybody.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, tonight I'm in the house. I got internet, so we're gonna try this. Not from the Stone Age, but I am the DG Picker on YouTube. I sell on Amazon, eBay, Poshmark. Just started Mercari this week. Just had some sales, so far I'm liking it. But yeah, I'm excited to hear everyone else's story tonight.
Yeah, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do. It is not. I want to just give a shout out to just a few people out here that Black Elin Castillo. That's my sister, all the way from Atlantic City, New Jersey. I don't know if she's still in Atlantic City or she's in Camden now. She's all the way. What's up, sis? I miss you. I love you. Falcon pick up. What's up? The designer store and more. What's up? Sharp Picker, would you mind being one of the moderators I think that would be most awesome, man. Um, just me, Kathy. Hey, she says, "Hey everyone, I'm currently in a dumpster diving. I'll be back soon." Kathy, don't break another rib. Be very careful. It's a dangerous sport. Dangerous sport. Them treasure hustlers, man. Those girls they're veterans. They've been doing it for a while. They know what they're doing. If you watch their videos, it's pretty amazing. You know how they just jump right in and out of those dumpsters. So much love to them, but don't it's like you watch I don't know, Michael Jordan playing basketball and you think you're Michael Jordan. You take it easy, practice. But that's awesome, Captain. I hope you find some cool stuff in the track. Train Watcher Don, what's up? What's up? What's up? That's my homegirl right there, Falcon. In the Shaky, yo, what's up, Uncle Shaky? Yo, you guys are gonna see Uncle Shaky real soon. He's gonna be coming out. He's gonna make me crack the Pat B's. What is going on, bro? All right, guys. So let's get into it. I know nothing about reselling. I know very little. And I just thought it was cool that you guys reached out and wanted to join the chat and talking to you, both of you, a little bit. Getting to know your stories. I think is pretty cool. Would either one of you like to go into a little more detail of how you got started, or how?
Yeah, I can.
Go ahead, BJ. Go ahead.
So basically, I last year when my son was born, I decided I needed to find some more income. I never realized how expensive kids are, and so I was doing a few different things. One of them was I got into kind of extreme couponing. I've been following people on YouTube for quite a few years doing like private label stuff and different things like that. And I've thought about it, but I never tried it. Then I got into couponing. I was selling stuff locally. It's amazing the things you can buy, how cheap you can buy them, and sell that stuff locally. And then, so after that, I thought, you know what? I should be pushing this stuff on like Amazon and eBay. So I started looking around, trying to find some things that I could just, find cheap also. And so I started my account in my Amazon account in September, I believe it was, and sent in my first order, which, by the way, was a big flop. I just got it all back this week. I recalled it all. It's been sitting there since September. So yeah, pens. Don't buy pens. Some might be good, but those ones weren't. Anyway, I sent a big order in December and sold it all out like immediately, and then I was pretty much hooked. I also went was looking around, just keeping my eyes open in local stores. There was a store here locally that was clearing out Yetis. Actually, I have a couple of them here. Still got one sitting here on my desk. There were some discontinued colors. I drove around to, it's a local chain store. I drove around to every store, bought everything they had, and which was like 90 of them, and sold them all out in December and January on eBay. And so, yeah, basically I was hooked. I learned shipping really, really fast, and then let's see. Sometime in January, Shane, the Rising Grind Picker, had a video out where he was going through his storage unit, and he was counting all his bubble mailers that he had. And he said, because he had someone who was going to buy them all. Well, then a week or two later on his Friday night show, he was saying how he hadn't sold them yet or whatever. He was still looking for somebody to sell them. So I sent him a message on Instagram, and I was like, "Hey, you're not that far from me. I'd be interested." So he shot me a price, and I was like, "All right." The next week, I emptied out my cargo trailer and drove out to see Shane. And I have an 18-foot enclosed trailer, and it filled it top to bottom, front to back with bubble mailers. So I am the bubble mailer man at the moment until I get those things all sold out. But I think I've actually broke even. I was trying to figure that out for my my what sold video the other day. I think I actually did break even on those now. So, but anyway, yeah. Now I'm up to. I think I'm right now. I'm at 3,900 for the last 30 days on Amazon. So, really ramped it up. I'm a little worried though. We just had a son. I had my second son 2 weeks ago. And so I was in the hospital, and it's been long nights. I haven't been sourcing that much or sending in stuff, so I know it's going to really drop, but I'll get it back.
Hey, congratulations, man! I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thanks.
Congratulations! All right, people in the chat, hit thumbs up from a main man BJ. He's a proud father of a newborn baby. Well, what's up? What's your kid's name? What's your name?
We named him Lane Wyatt.
Lane White.
That's
Yep.
cute.
Right. I like that. It's a good name, man. Let me tell you. It's way better. Cubans, they name their kids the most ridiculous thing in the world. those kind of names just don't. It's. You know why my name's Alex? Because my father was like, my kid is not going to be named after me and get picked on in school. That's why my dad named. That's why they named me Alex. He was like, that's the most common English name in the world. So that's a cool name, though. Lane White. I like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool, dude. You got to meet the famous Shane, the Rising Ground Pigger. That's cool, man.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, I'll buy you supper if you come out here. I was like, thanks,
that's
after I give you all this money. Shane's a great guy, though.
Yeah, Shane's
Like I
awesome. I had a question a while back about something, and he just real quick, I shot him a message and he got back to me real quick, and it was just really helpful, so yeah. I mean, it's great when you have those resources, like people that have been in this business for a while, and they obviously know more than you, and you can turn to them as a resource.
Yeah, that Shane has helped me out so much. It's pretty cool. Just everybody's helped me out so much. But yeah,
I've learned a lot of stuff in the last few weeks.
Yeah. Hey, I put on my headphones because I know that my mic is choppy and all that, and I apologize to the people listening. But either way, I'm gonna try my best not to talk that much tonight because I'm suffering from worse cold/flu sickness that I'm in over a year. So and besides, this show is not about me. It's about these beautiful people on the panel, and there'll hopefully be a couple more popping up soon. But Tiffany, if you would be so kind, no, your story is awesome.
You're picking on me. This is my first time on YouTube, so I'm very camera shy.
It's cool. It's cool. You can
cool.
go. You can say whatever you want to say. You just talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah. So like when I really think about it, I've always kind of been a reseller since I was a kid. Like Alex, I told you on the phone when we talked. Like when I was a kid, I would go around the house like finding stuff that we didn't use, and I would have a yard sale and I would sell it. And then my mom would like get mad because like her bread machine was missing and I had sold it. But basically I got really into reselling a couple of months ago. I had met someone that actually has been doing Amazon and eBay for like 9 years. And he does a lot of wholesale. He does big name brands like Nike, Adidas, Coach, Rolex. And I had just, was talking to him about, hey, I have a job, but I really want to make some extra income, and we live out here. I live out in the country. So you know, it's like jobs are really scarce. And I was like, you know, what kind of ideas do you have? And he said, well, you know, you should get started with Amazon. And I had no idea, you know, what that meant and what that entailed. And I just talked to him more about it. And the crazy thing is like now that I'm selling on Amazon, he doesn't talk to me anymore. So yeah, like I sent him a text a couple days ago and told him like, hey, I love this. You know, thank you so much for telling me about it. And yeah, basically just never got it. Like it's not a couple days ago. It was like a week and a half ago. And then a couple of days ago, he did respond and was like, that's great. But I don't know, like if he didn't want the competition or something. But when he told me about Amazon and I learned about it, I mean, yeah, if he didn't want the competition, he shouldn't have told me. So yeah. Yeah, so basically like I just started, you know, a couple months ago and you know, I watch a lot of like bearded picker videos and rise and grind and you know, they always talk about like, you know, if there's something that you cannot sell on Amazon, if you're restricted, if you're gated, you know, check the comps on eBay and see what they are. And so I kind of have also gotten back into eBay. I did eBay a few years ago, like I think, you know, just for basic stuff around the house that I wanted to get rid of. But I've really kind of now focused more on if there is something that is a great deal and I can't sell it on Amazon, I'll definitely, you know, if the comps look good on eBay, I'm definitely going to go for it.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I started doing the whole eBay thing too.
Yeah.
Well, I started eBay before Amazon, but once I started Amazon, I didn't really care too much for eBay.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I started realizing, but hold on, I'm missing out on a lot of money when I was doing retail arbitrage sourcing, and I'm like, man, I can't sell this.
Right, right.
But then I would check it, and I'm like, yeah, I can sell it on eBay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the beautiful thing about those two platforms right there.
I mean, yeah, you know, if there's something that, you know, you're getting a great deal on and you can't sell it on Amazon, I mean, it's definitely worthwhile to take a look at it on eBay.
I think everything I sold in March, except for bubble mailers, was all RA stuff. There was nothing used. It was all brand new RA stuff.
But George, I heard that you had a great day today with our buddy Bearded Picker Jr.
Yeah. Yeah, today was a lot of fun. He should be coming on here shortly. He just texted me that he just got home. Yeah, today was I think we did some yard sailing. I think we were there like 9 hours yard sailing.
What'd you get? Anything good?
I watch a lot of like garage flips videos, and a lot of other people pick up remotes. So I picked this remote up. I didn't even like look it up or anything on eBay or nothing. Like didn't do any of it. It just had a quarter. So I was like, I looked at Josh and I was like, okay, I'll take the gamble. I was like, everyone else is buying remotes. It's 25 cents. Who cares? And then I went back to the house and I forgot I had it in my book bag. And I looked it up. It's a $20 remote.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
And then I got some like little it's like VTech. I think it's called MobiGo. And I bought those at Goodwill and I can't keep them. As soon as I post them, they're sold on eBay. And today I found the actual console itself, and then I got like 7 games with it for $10, and I should probably get about $60 for the whole box. But the box that it came in is an iPad something box, and you can also resell that for about $14. I thought that was kind of cool.
That's awesome.
I got some jerseys and some book. I picked up some books.
You picked up some books?
Yeah, I did, and the church had like a rummage sale going on, So we stopped in there and we were scanning books and stuff. And the ones like used is like $45, and it's like I believe it's top 1% is what Scoutify said. So I'm gonna send that in.
Yeah, because you're not even using Scout IQ, right? Because you don't have to.
Yeah, I'm not.
You don't
Yeah, I'm not using Scout IQ. I'm using Scoutify 2.
Yeah, that's what I use. I love Spotify.
Yeah, Scoutify 2 is awesome. Scout IQ is awesome.
Yeah.
It has that benefit, that plus. And then you could always click at the bottom, go into your Keepa chart or your camel or your Amazon, whatever. But yeah, when I started selling books, my first month I didn't have Scout IQ and I sold, so I just stayed under a certain amount and found good profit margins. And I think one of the first books I sold, I was a profit of like $40-something. I bought it for like $2 or $3 at a thrift store or whatever in Tennessee. So I'm happy you bought some books today, man. That's great.
Yeah, I've got about I picked up 3 today, and I want to say 4 or 5 that I got from Goodwill to send in. But the one thing me and Josh RA today, I'm gonna send all that in. I've been waiting to get a bigger shipment. I don't want to send in like 2 books, and I want to just send in one giant box. And
yeah, 50 pounds of books isn't that big of a box. It's like a box is big. It's like half of a medium box from Walmart. If I'm correct, I can't remember. I always have to use a box sizer. Can you guys hear me? I'm still chopping up.
Yep. No, you're good.
I feel like it's better now.
Awesome. I'm not chopping up anymore.
I got a pile of books over here. I still haven't sent them in yet.
I send in books. That's the one thing I love to send Amazon. It keeps my Amazon, because I haven't been sourcing retail arbitrage, man, and it was missing out on a lot. I could have been doing a lot better. But books is something, because I've been going to yard sales a lot, and books is just something that I find and easy to me. I don't know, it's just awesome.
Oh, and speaking of the yard sales and stuff, we also put in at my aunt's house where all the yard sales were. I had like a big Goodwill bag that I took of all penny items that I got from the Dollar General. So I sold a pair of shoes at 50,000 ROI. Bought them for a penny, sold them for $5.
Nice.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And then I sold like 3 or 4 pairs of kids' shoes I got for a penny. Some lady, I got all these Ohio State car flags that you stick on the windows. Some lady picked up all 3 of those. I think she paid, I put $3 on them. I got them for a penny. She bought all 3 of them. I was like, I should have told her, I'm like, I got more. I got like 21 more at home. You want those too? But yeah, that was pretty funny to see that most of the penny items sold that I took over there.
Yeah, that's awesome. If you can get penny items and you can resell them, I mean, that's like the perfect product, because it's only a penny.
Yeah, I've sold quite a bit on eBay.
Really?
But then the yard sale. Yeah, I've sold
That's
quite a bit of
awesome.
stuff on eBay from there.
I know a while back they had like the back to school stuff, penny items, like backpacks and stuff. But
Yeah,
I think those would be good on eBay.
Yeah, I got those. I didn't get them when they were a penny. I got them when they were like 15 cents, 35 cents. I picked a bunch of those up. So I have 2 totes full of book bags ready to go for the summer.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Next week's list pretty big, isn't it? Thought I was seeing it today.
I went penny shopping one time.
Only once?
Yeah, I've only done it once.
You can't quit, man.
I mean, the thing is, I work those days, you know. And
Yeah, you work a crazy schedule.
yeah, that day I was fortunate to like go to a Dollar General, but it was at nighttime, so it was like I didn't find nothing because it was night, you know, Tuesday.
Yeah. My cousin randomly, like, she loves these particular types of pins, and she buys them at Dollar General. So they were a penny item, but they were like an older penny item. Like I didn't know about them, but she just randomly picked some up, and then when she got to register, so she told us, she's like, you know, they were a penny, and so I was trying to explain to her there are like regular items that are penny items, and anyway, it blows people's minds when they find out about that.
Yeah, I think it's just amazing that they, you know, that they have penny items. I mean,
Did anybody else, John with Nevermore Antiques was asking about the Lowe's gift card. Did you guys do that?
Josh said something about that today. I didn't do that though.
You had to
No, I
text
didn't.
like you had to text something, some word to a certain number, and then they text you and they tell you go to this link and you get a gift card for Lowe's. But
It was
the thing,
it
what's
was
that?
only good for today, I believe.
Yeah, it was only good for today, and you had to use it in store. You couldn't even use it online. So
I didn't even know. I'll be honest with you. If I don't this, but yeah, the past couple of days I've been literally resting. I've tried my best not to do anything that has to do with anything, and
yeah,
I failed a lot. You know, I ended up reorganizing stuff because you can only rest so much. Crazy, but I ended up catching up on my Cobra Kai. You guys should definitely check out Cobra Kai. That show is amazing. So I haven't on nothing like, and then you know I catch live chats and stuff, but I've been literally sleeping a lot, sweating like crazy. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, that's no fun.
It's no fun. So talk to me, guys. What is okay for you guys? What is one lesson as a new reseller that you learned the hard way? How about that?
wait, what's your question?
I'm gonna type it in the chat.
I'm ADD, so I'm trying to listen and watch the chat at the same time.
All right, for everybody out there, but for the guy for the panel, what is one lesson that you have learned as a new reseller? You've gone through. What is one lesson that you had to learn? Have you guys made some mistakes that were like really a lesson learned? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that first item I sent in, I was going through a store and I was scanning stuff and I saw these and it said clearance. It was pens, and so I scanned them and they were selling for $11 on Amazon. I didn't do any research, nothing. I was like, man, that's awesome. They're $1. I'll buy some of these and send them in. So I spent $20. It's not a ton of money, and I sent them in. And then after a while, when they weren't selling, I started looking at the rank and everything, and started figuring out, oh, these don't sell at that price. They were like, I don't know, 200,000 in office, which is pretty bad. And then some other people jumped on the listing too, and they started tanking the price, and they still weren't selling. Well, when you go and look at the main listing, Amazon had every other size. It was a variation listing. Amazon was on every other size except that particular count of pens. And Amazon was selling a 30-pack cheaper than this 12-pack was going for. So it was never going to sell.
Yeah. Wow.
Those little lessons that we learn, man.
Yep.
Hey, look who we got in the chat though. Is that the safari man right there? What is that's? Hey Josh.
My yard sale hunting hat.
And look, we got John too. What's up, John?
Safari man.
Your yard sale hunting hat. I love that hat, bro. That is cool. I got me
You should see his Instagram photo.
No, all his Instagram photos are hilarious. By the way, people in the chat, if you're not already subscribed to these beautiful people that are on the bottom of this screen right here, go ahead, go to either their wherever they added in the chat, like go to the right side of their, and there'll be 3 little dots that pop up. You can actually subscribe to their channel from that link there, or you can go to the description and I put all of their links for their Instagrams and their YouTube channels in the bottom as well. I just didn't put John because this is like Mr. Excuse me. I don't know if I'm chopping up or what, but this is like Mr. Rogers, you know, when like Mr. Rogers is talking and all of the doorbell, he's like, who could it be? And then all of a sudden we got John from there pops in.
How y'all doing?
I like the hat.
Yeah, that hat's awesome.
I'm always doing too. I'm looking good. I'm looking good up in here today.
John, congrats on your new store, man.
Yeah,
I've been following your
that's
videos. That's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
congrats. man.
Awesome, dude.
I did absolutely
I'm
nothing.
excited to see this all.
Yeah, I didn't do anything there today. I went in and filmed like a short haul video, and then I left. We had to go to do some other stuff today.
Man, that's not fair. I'm gonna go. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get it. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I know. I should have bought that donut I had today, Josh. I
Seriously,
feel left out now.
I should have offered him money for the entire box. That's what I should have done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wish y'all hairs looked good like mine. Some of y'all folks go to the beautician salons and you spend that good money to get your hairs looking like this. And mine just grows in all natural like this. It's good looking.
I should just change my YouTube channel to Not the Bearded Picker. Maybe I'll get more subscribers.
Oh my.
Poor Scott. Shane had some bad luck. He went and bought a truck last night, and the guy told him it was diesel. And when he got it, he put diesel in, and it ended up being a gasoline truck.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Oh no.
That's a
Like, dude.
mistake you don't want to make.
Yeah. So I felt bad. I was talking to Shane today, and I was like, man, I'd be wanting to thump that dude on the front noggin. I don't think I could put up with that.
Yeah.
You guys
that's gonna
find
be
anything?
expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, look
You
at
guys-
Alex.
Arriba, ándale, ándale. Ole.
I got a little bowl here. I can put on my Jewish, like I can be oy vey. That's So did anybody find anything good at yard selling today?
I was so mad. We had 2 citywides and the fairgrounds was having a flea market, and then it snowed like crazy here, and nobody did anything.
Snowed. Man, I don't know where you live at, but I'm glad I don't.
That's for sure.
Snow. Oh, I'm over that already. We'll talk come December.
Yeah, honestly, I figured we did full 10 hours of from yard sales to retail arbitrage to everything else. And I got home and I didn't even, I think I took out like 1 bag and I'm like, that's fine till tomorrow morning. Because I'm like, I was just burnt. My brain's like turned into mush and I'm like, I think I bought something, a couple things. And I'm trying to think some of the good things about. I'm always about the mug life. I can always flip mugs.
Yeah, mugs are great.
It was awesome. I got the, everybody loves you when you're a rainbow mug. I don't even know what that means, but I'm like, it's going to sell. I'm okay with that. And yeah, but getting to I wish I had a good thrift story. I recorded all of it, so at some point everyone will get to see it. But one thing I kept talking to Jordan about most of the day was I'm starting to actually get more sales from Mercari, eBay.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
And
awesome.
I'm not complaining, of course, but I don't know what the difference is. And honestly, it's everything from boxers, enamel pins to LED signs, like just random stuff. Nothing is specialty. Nothing is, magical or anything like that. So I don't know if it's.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think we were live yet when I was talking about that. When I sold all these Yetis, I had 90 of them, and I posted them both on eBay and Mercari, and I never sold one on Mercari. I thought it was crazy.
Wow.
So I just kind of left Mercari. I didn't try going back, but I might have to now.
I actually sold some pretty good RA items over on Macari. Last Christmas, they marked down those Aero drones by Vivitar at Walmart, and I went in and bought. I was one of my crazy RA videos. I went in and bought like 30 of them or 20 of them or something crazy like that, and sold several of them over on. Oh my gosh, Derek, you look
How y'all doing?
you look like the cowboy from Toy Story 2, the one that did somebody out of their boxes.
I'm Woody. How y'all doing?
That
Oh
one,
my God.
with the Prospector Jack or whatever. Everybody back in your boxes. But I liked Macari, but I'm just so lazy when it comes to listing. I'm like, what's the point of listing on Macari? It's going to sell on eBay eventually.
Yeah, but cross-posting on Mercari for me is so simple because if it's anything that I can sell on Poshmark as well, so eBay tab open, then a tab for Mercari and Poshmark, and I literally just copy and paste all the way through. Obviously, I shorten the title from eBay to Mercari and Poshmark, but beyond that, I have all the photos. I just click and load, copy the description, and do the pricing real quick, and add the 5 to 10% when I put it on Mercari, and then the only other thing I can think of is just like a promoted listing on eBay would work is that thing's being promoted through Google with SEO content and everything else that I'm wondering if something's carrying across where it may pop up on someone's search somewhere, my item that's a promoted listing, and they don't shop on eBay, so they look for it in another avenue. That's the only other thing I could think that would be pushing that, which I'm not complaining about again.
What's your sell-through rate on Macari? How many items do you have listed over there, and how much do you actually sell?
I have about 20 items, most of them replenishable, and I've sold 15 of them. So, but on Mercari, I'll list when I cross post, if I have multiples specifically on something replenishable, I'll list like 10 of the items at once because you can list the same item multiple times.
Oh,
and that way, so that saves me time. Every time something sells, constantly relisting. I do 10 at a time, boom, 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 and then I'm done.
Yeah.
I wish there was at least a relist button,
I got 5 things. Well, no, now I got 4 listed on Macari. I sold 1 already, which is awesome. That one item that I sold paid for the other 4.
That's awesome.
And then some, because they're basically Wii games that I got at a yard sale. Lady wanted $3 a piece for them. I asked her if she would take $1 a piece, and she said yeah. So I paid $1 a piece, and I've sold them for $20. The first one I sold for $20, and the other ones I have listed for $20. So if they sell after fees and everything, I'm making a $12 profit. I think that's awesome.
That is awesome. That's awesome.
I think that's awesome.
Do that 20 times a day, and you're in the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got like 17 items on Macari right now.
See, this is where some of us I notice because I follow people. And there's people that have more success than others. There's people that probably put in more work than others. mentality is this: I'm new to everything, and testing the because I am thinking long term. So I'm trying to figure out what's best for me, my area, where I can source at, what are the things for me to source, and what platforms sell what, the best, So for me, it turns out that clothes, because of yard sales, clothes, used electronics and media, books, things like that, they're very easy for me to find when I go to yard sales, garage sales, and stuff like that. But then on top of that, there's also the retail arbitrage part and the thrifting, because Miami is just saturated with stores and stores. And there's literally stores here that aren't found anywhere else in the country. Then I'm sure it's like that everywhere else. So right now in my process, I'm sort of figuring out where I'm actually going to be concentrating my business on, So I'm testing the waters with Macari. I'm testing the waters with this and that. I might even be doing some drop shipping sometime soon, because my aunt, I got her into drop shipping, and I didn't even tell her to do drop shipping. I was just showing her everything I'm doing with Amazon and eBay and all this stuff, and she just got motivated, and she started her own little store now. And I mean, it's like that. So for me, this whole first year is kind of like testing the waters, see what's available, see what's best for me and my interests and my business plan, and what I'll benefit from the most, not with the least amount of effort, but with the same amount of effort. Like, I'm not gonna bust my butt working my butt off and make nothing in comparison to working the same amount of putting the same amount of effort and make something. So if something's not working out, I'm just gonna have to cut that out.
So it's like me. This past week, I have hit it so hard on Facebook Marketplace. I made 27 sales this week.
Wow.
Wow.
Because
That's amazing. Good
my
job,
boy,
Derek.
my boy Joe, that's on the show with me once in a while. We went up into his attic and we just been posting stuff. And granted, it's all been old vintage toys, but they just been flying out the door. I just sent a $10 piece to Canada. There was a G.I. Joe piece, a $10. For all he wanted was the wheel off of the piece, but he spent $32 on shipping just to get this one piece.
Wow.
I was like, school. And then everything else, I went to Wisconsin, went all the way to California. I just sent 1,000 1970s baseball cards to the Bronx, New York. I mean, it's just like every day it's been 3, 4, 5. And then not just sending that stuff out, I go to the post office box and I have 5, 6 RAOKs coming in from all my subscribers. It's been freaking awesome.
And that's amazing. There's a lot of money to be made, even on YouTube as a platform. I've been threatening to do an auction show for like 4 months now, but everything's just came up, and now that we've got the store going, but my internet will be turned on at the store like Tuesday, and that's when I'm going to start doing my own auction show, because I can find all kinds of awesome stuff. And you do not have to box yourself in to a reselling platform. My goal is to become independent of any third-party listing site. Between my store and my antique booths and my own YouTube channel, I want to be able to make enough money to sustain me. That way, if something happened and eBay, sorry, wait, my kids, hey guys, don't make Daddy mad. He come over there and he'll. But I got 2 boys. They're 4 and 6, and they just get along so well. They forget Daddy's on the computer sometimes. But I want to make sure that I'm independent of any third-party site, so that I can make sure that I've got enough money coming in that I don't have to worry about. I wake up tomorrow and eBay's gone because some stupid arbitrary reason. They kicked me off because I listed a used item that somebody veroed. So that's the thing, is that, that's the end game, I think, for all of us, is to be able to, for me at least, I can't speak for everyone, but to be able to sell safely. And the only way you can truly be the master of your own destiny is to control the flow of spies, to use a nerd analogy. But that's for me. That's my goal. But I love 27 sales, man. That's killing it,
Yeah,
Derek.
that's awesome.
I found a sales channel this week that that really surprised me. There was actually a Facebook group. It's called the John Deere Free Auction Group, and it's just all John Deere stuff. And somebody was selling a sign this week, and it ended up going for over $4,000 in this group.
Nice.
Man, that's wild.
Yeah, that's
Did you see the stuff that Scott saw at Nashville today? All the John Deere stuff that he was gonna walk by.
No, I didn't watch his video yet.
Oh God, you're gonna love it. He's gonna like, oh, who's gonna like this and who's gonna like that? I want that for my front lawn.
There's just so many ways to make money online. One of the ways that I can't sell on Amazon anymore, but I've always been really creative, thinking outside of the box. And what I did is I was drop shipping stuff from Amazon on eBay, and I was using my Amazon Prime account to ship the stuff. Now this was years ago. I wouldn't suggest anyone do that on eBay again. But sometimes you just got to be like, how can I make money? For me, it was a necessity. I just had my first child, and I was like, man, I don't even have a job. What am I going to do? And I started hustling, and that was the way that I figured out. We ended up selling almost $500,000 worth of Amazon stuff over on eBay, and it paid the bills for a long time. So there's so much opportunity out there all the way around us that if you get out and you beat the streets, I know Alex is good at this. I mean, that dude, he's probably a master at sourcing, but you can get out there and find stuff all the time. I hand cards. I have this is it. It's always within arm's reach of me. This is my little blue thing here. You pop it open and you can see I've handed out almost all my cards. It's time to reload it, to tell people that I buy stuff. I'm always buying stuff. I print out flyers all the time. This is a great piece of advice. I take this bright piece of paper right here, and what I do is I print out a flyer and I post them on all the bulletin boards. I keep them with me. I've got a little folder that I keep in my car. Tells everything I buy, my contact information. I hand these out. I stick them under windshield wipers. If I see something in someone's yard, I'll knock on the door and slide one in between the screen door. And there's so much stuff out there to buy, so much money, so much opportunity.
Yeah, you want to laugh? I'm taking the longest trip I have ever made in my life. And for reselling, I'm going tomorrow to go to Albany, New York to buy 400 pieces of G.I. Joe for $100.
That's
wow.
cool. Nice. What generation? The bigger dolls?
All 80 stuff, 3 3/4.
Nice.
So this is not like me. Now my boy Joe is driving, and we're just gonna go and just hit it hard and have fun, and possibly hit a couple other stores on the way back.
Nice.
American Pickers, toy style.
Talking about that too, it's funny because there was this lady we were doing a roofing job last week or 2 weeks ago, and I noticed that there were an elderly couple, and they showed me the collection this already. But I actually spoke to her today. She's been trying to get a hold of me. My dad told me today. She's like, "Oh, call this lady. She's trying to give you stuff." And I talked to her, and she's like, "Yeah, I have this old Barbie alarm clock thing, and it's brand new in the package. It looks old, and this and that." I looked it up, and the thing has sold comps for like $40 to $60 or something like that, or more. I think there was one for like $75. But
that's awesome.
But either way, she's gonna give it to me, and it's all because like I noticed that they were elderly. I noticed, I like their house. They had a lot of nice stuff, like, and I said, "Hey, by any chance, do y'all do yard sales?" And it started the conversation. And it so happens that she used to be a yard sale, like she used to resell yard sales and all that stuff. And she had a bunch of stuff, and so she connected me with a reverend who who gets donations. He does garage sale, church sale kind of thing to raise money.
But watching that video, Alex, was really just the way you went into the house when she was showing you everything in the house. You respected their house and you respected their heritage, and I think they loved you for that, and that's why they're opening their doors to you even more.
No, those are some other people.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that lady was funny as could be, man.
They're awesome. Yeah, they're awesome.
Bathroom.
Pee Wee Herman's in the bathroom. No, they have Pee Wee Herman everywhere, dude. Everywhere. And look, and the cool thing about that house is I can literally go in there and videotape everything again. And if you were to watch it, you will find something new. Because there's so many things that they have that you don't see it the first time.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna go to her sister's house, and she has her own house with her own collections, and I'm gonna check their house out too. And I just think it's fun. You know what I'm saying? It's a little different. It's not necessarily reselling, but it's an adventure that I so happen to come upon reselling. You know, trying to source yard sales and stuff. But yeah, whatever. Those, you know, that's what you do. You go out there and you talk to people. You spread the word. Let people know that you're interested. Like how John was saying, get yourself some cards. I just like to just give people direct. Hey, here's my phone number. They'll text me right there, their phone number or whatever. That way, there's more like, okay, I got your number now. You can't disappear on me. But yeah, business cards is definitely. That's something I want to do too. I need to do.
We gotta get you some T-shirts, my man.
Yeah, I want to get some T-shirts, dude. Some Fat Man Flipper T-shirts.
See, the best when you have a business card like that, I got my phone number on there. I don't care if people call me. I don't answer most of the time. But I've got my business logo, and then I tell everyone that I'm on YouTube, and that like me on Facebook and eBay, because social media is where it's at. That's how I get people to follow me. There you go. That's right.
I got everything on that. Everything I can cram on there. If you can't find me, you're not.
Yeah, I like that. I haven't done that yet, but I'm gonna do it. I
print them at home, man. It was $17 for 1,000 business cards. I print them when I need them. It's super easy.
Or you can even go to I use Vistaprint, and you can get like your first 250 for free or something like that. You just pay shipping, and it's so inexpensive to get your name out there. Become your brand. Believe in yourself, and other people will believe in you too. And until you believe in yourself, nobody will believe in you. And people can smell it. They'll smell it all over you. If you don't believe in yourself, people aren't gonna. They want to know that they're going with a winner. And just put on that suit. Put it on in the morning and say, today I'm going to be a winner. I'm going to go out. I'm going to find some awesome stuff, and I'm going to hit home runs. That's all I'm going to do. Swing for the fences. Just point.
That's 100% true. You guys, everybody
That's so
out
true,
there,
John.
Yeah. Just believe in yourself. Have a little bit of just go out there. I go to places and I tell myself, I'll look at it and the initial thought is, man, this place is gonna suck. But then all of a sudden, I say, by any chance you guys have VCRs? And the lady's like, yeah, I have one in my house. And I go across. I'm gonna go get it for you. She goes across the street to her house and she grabs a VCR, a Sony, with the remote and gives it to me for free.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Sony sells, I hear. I don't know.
That's what I heard somebody say. I heard somebody say it. So
I saw that on a T-shirt.
I hope it sells because I found me a Sony Dream Machine today, brand new in the box.
Oh man,
that's true. I paid $3 for that bad boy.
Jordan, you gonna make a T-shirt Fisher Price sells?
Yeah, I haven't actually listed any of that yet.
Oh, dude,
I'm trying to get all my baseball stuff up before I'm sitting on that for a year.
Yeah.
But the tie-in
Fisher Price stuff, dude.
Well, I know it'll sell. I'm just not worried about getting it up there right now.
Yeah, it'll sell eventually. When you got good stuff, you can sit on it for a while. I mean, I bought some Flames of War stuff. I paid $350 for it at an auction. It was a whole big tote full of it. And I sat on it because it's just like having money in your savings account. You list it, it's gone. And Fisher Price is really sought after, especially the little people. They'll pass them up. Dig through them toy boxes at the auction because them little things at the bottom, that little stuff at the bottom, that's the gold. And seriously, when you're out searching for gold, if you get on YouTube and you start chasing them weird channels down, there's gold channels out there where people go out and they dredge streams for gold. They get down in the cracks because that's where the heavy sediments, that's where the heavy metals settle out, and they'll dig that gold out. But it's the same way in a toy box, and Derek knows this. It's the little guns. It's the little guns, the little accessories, the little pieces that fall into the bottom of that box that you dig out, and you list a lot of them guns on eBay. And next thing you know, my buddy Jason Static, he went and spent $100 on some toys and made over $600 on the first generation Star Wars figures, over $600 just in weapons, and that's just crazy.
That's awesome.
What do you get there, Godzilla?
Bottom of a toy box today.
Oh, that is cool. What is that? Is what's the name?
Megalodon.
Yeah.
And then Rodan.
Rodan, yep. Good stuff, man. Godzilla. There's a new movie coming out, isn't there?
Yep.
I heard tip Lion King stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, and I heard that He-Man is coming out with a movie soon.
Mm-hmm.
So He-Man stuff is gonna be off the chain. So if you got anything He-Man, hold on to it.
I was gonna say, you want to say send it your way?
Yeah, you can send it to my P.O. boxes. P.O. Box, Fat Man the Flipper. No.
Miami, Florida.
Miami, Florida, 331. Oh my.
But to tie in with what John was talking about telling people what you do, meeting people, we were out at an outlet mall, and it was a store outlet, and we went in, and the lady just kept talking to us. I think she was bored, and so we just started talking to her, and I asked her flat out, I'm like, hey, do you sell any of your stuff in bulk? She's like, absolutely. And an hour later, she has my phone number. She wants to put something together with us, and we're going to see if we can make something work. You know, it's our first kind of real contact beyond retail arbitrage, thrifting, and everything else. So it was kind of exciting. Like, you know, our first, like, hey, something's working here.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's awesome.
Who's the guy standing behind you, Josh? Who's that?
I can turn the light on. It's my mannequin of Buddy the Elf without the hair.
That's too crazy. I was because my internet sucks. I'm like, there's something cool back there. I love it.
I don't know if you can really see him too well.
Why? I
Oh, now I see him.
Yeah.
I get told the picture behind me is the Clark Griswold Christmas vacation picture on my wall.
That's awesome. Got it.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy, dude. the Buddy the Elf. Like I get scared very easily, dude. Like when you said that,
That's how you know that's how it separates the men from the boys when you're a picker. Is that because I'm looking at Josh, but I'm looking past him. I'm like, what's behind him?
Yeah.
You want to know how to here's a pro tip. You want to know how to score some awesome stuff? Peruse through Facebook Marketplace and look behind the item that the person's selling. Look in the background and see what's in the garages, see what's in where.
I do
Cool.
that.
Yeah, that's pro tip right there. You'll find some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Is that Bill Murray?
Bill Murray.
That's awesome. I love it. I'm like going over my politicians in my head going, I don't remember a Murray, but maybe it's the local political sign, and he's really excited about it. And I'm like, oh, that's Bill Murray. What's the coolest thing you guys have found ever? Like, hands down.
I don't know. The thing I made the most money on recently is I bought a $15 printer scanner fax machine with a phone. Just sold that for $100.
That's nice.
Brand new in box, so I couldn't complain. $30 shipping, but still a good flip.
Yeah,
How about
that's
you, Tiffany?
awesome.
You find anything sweet?
A few weeks ago was like perusing through Facebook Marketplace, just like on a Saturday. I was just like bored, and I was like, let me check this out. And I found a set of books, and the lady had the whole set. It was like 16 books, and she wanted 40, but I talked her down to 20. And then I ended up, I had to drive like an hour to go get them, but that's okay. I mean, gas is cheap where I live, so I ended up selling them for like $120.
Nice.
So
Do you want to give up the secret of what set of books it was? What was the subject matter?
It's like a vampire series. It's not Twilight, but it's a vampire series. So when I
didn't
went
know
up,
if it was like it's Britannica or something like that, like a big set of encyclopedias.
no, it's some like I've never read them, but it's like some chick flick night my vampire series. When I went to pick them up, she was like, "Oh, you're really gonna love these," and I didn't have the heart to tell her, like, "Lady, I'm just gonna sell them."
That's like what this
So-
lady did to me. I was scanning the books and she was like just looking at me crazy because me and Josh both had our GoPros on our book bags. And she was like, "You guys are both got your phones out looking at books and you got cameras attached to you." She's like, "What?" She's like, "I gotta ask you, what's going on here?" And I'm like, "Oh, you know, we're resellers," and I'm literally scanning the book as I'm talking to her. And she was like, "This here's like a whole set, and you know, everything." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's great. I just want this one because it's like $40."
Right.
But yeah, she was like, so you're actually like on YouTube right now?" And I'm like, "Well, eventually it will be, but it's not right now."
Oh,
That's why
dude.
Well, that's crazy.
carry these around and you convert those people into viewers. You convert them into viewers. You go, "No, we make YouTube videos. Here's one of my cards. Follow me on YouTube under Nevermore Antiques or under Fat Man Flipper or under NASCAR Man or whatever." And you give them a card. They go home and they watch. And then you convert.
Well, the one people wrote our YouTube channels down as we were standing there, and they're like, "We're gonna look you guys up."
Yeah.
That happened.
That's
I was
great.
getting a mic I was getting a mic to start doing the lives, and the guy's like, "Oh, what's your YouTube channel?" I'm like, "Oh, NASCAR Man 3345." Hey, yo, he's got a like. All it went right around this whole store, and I'm like, "Cool, this game."
Come sub to me.
That's it.
You had something about your $3 buy at that same place where the books were. Your cards.
Do what now?
Somebody
Tell
bought
him-
carpets?
No, his the $3
Oh, that
buy.
tin of
Yeah,
the three
it was amazing.
$3 tin. Yeah, I thought they were like Garbage Pail Kids, like the cards. I was just looking in this tote, and I'm looking at them. It's like cards of the California Raisins,
Oh,
and yeah, it was California Raisins cards. What was the other one? Weird Ball,
E.T.
Alf, E.T., and there was some other goofy one. I forget. Gross Outs. Baseball's Greatest Gross Outs.
Yep.
Was the other one. And the guy looks at me and he goes, "I'll do $3 for the whole tin." And as soon as I saw the California Raisins ones, I was like, "I'll take it." Yeah.
Yeah, there's about 60 to 75 cards in there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
A lot of non-sport stuff sells now because it's that people are looking for it, even 80s stuff. So
I'm kind of pumped about the $20 remote.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah, remotes definitely don't pass up remotes, man. I went to a yard sale not too long ago, and I see a bunch of different units and stuff, like VCR type stuff. And I go, "Do any of these have the remotes?" And the guy was like, "Man, 5 minutes ago, somebody literally bought all the remotes."
Yeah, they're
And I'm
gonna
like-
sell those.
And I'm like, "Oh, I'm too late." It's better because imagine the shipping and all that, for a VCR or whatever it may be versus a remote,
Well,
and then
yeah.
what the remotes actually sell for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's insane.
my son just went to a Red Sox game. He just won this Xfinity stress car. Out of what? Out of 40,000 people that are there, he was.
Yeah, spin a wheel.
Yeah, to
Then
spin a wheel.
Then you had to answer Red Sox trivia, and I hate the Red Sox, and somehow I got it right. And he was like, "Who is the most recent retired number for the Red Sox?" And I was like, "David Ortiz, so 34." And he goes, and I had like Yankees hat on and stuff, and he was like, "What the hell?" He goes, "You're a Yankees fan. How do you know that?" Because I was like, "I like baseball." And then we're in the stands, and my friend Jaden's wearing a Yankees jersey, and my other friend Ethan's wearing a Yankees jersey. Now, people, we were rooting for the Rays because they played the Red
They
Sox
played
today.
Tampa Bay today.
And we're like, "Let's go Rays." And at the end of the game, the guy comes up to my face, right? And he goes, "The Rays suck, right?" And I was like, "Oh, I know they do." I was like, "The Yankees are the way to go." And he goes, "You're a freaking retard. And I was like, thank you.
That's my 17-year-old. I know Alex. Most of you guys know him. You know my boy. So
Yeah.
So what was
That's
your favorite, John? We still haven't answered everybody's question about what their biggest thing was.
Oh, my biggest thing.
Yeah.
I sold a 1967 Pontiac GTO numbers matching car. We sold that for $8,000, and then I sold a 1964 Pontiac Grand Prix that had every option from the factory. We sold it for about $4,000. Those are two of my biggest flips. But my favorite find ever was I went to a small nowhere little 500 people town, and at this little flea market with the roll up garage doors, the little storage shed flea markets, I found a camera. The guy wanted $300 for it. I talked him down to $250, and I was like, man, this is a good camera. I know it's a good camera. I just knew it was a good. You could tell it was quality, so I just threw some money at it, and I took it home. And I'm in the bathroom doing my thing, and I hear my wife screaming from the living room, she's screaming, "It's a Hasselblad! It's a Hasselblad! It's a Hasselblad!" I'm like, what the heck's that mean? She goes, "This camera." She goes, "This is a Hasselblad." And I go, okay. It ended up being a 503 CW Hasselblad camera with like 5 Zeiss lenses with it, and ended up being worth probably about $6,000, $7,000. But she kept it. So I paid $250, and that was probably the best flip ever. The coolest thing I ever found was, and I was in an auction, and I'm an idiot. I'm just stupid. And I'm looking through the stack of comics. It's missing its covers. They're tattered. All of a sudden, I find one. I'm like, oh, boy. I hold it up. I go, hey, guys. There's like a bunch of people there. Go, I'm holding $1 million. This is crazy, $1 million. And the guy looks at me, and he goes, what is that? I said, this is the first appearance of Spider-Man in a comic book. It's Amazing Fantasy number 15. And I figured that somebody else knew it was there and I would never get it. I ended up winning that comic book for $27, and only one other guy bid against me on that comic book. And it had damage, and it was pretty significant. The whole top where it said Amazing Fantasy was actually missing, but I ended up selling it for almost $4,000, and that was a $27 investment. So that's probably today my best flip, money-wise, on one item. That was pretty cool.
Wow, that's awesome.
And there's stuff out there all the time. Imagine if you went door to door. I said no one's ever did this on YouTube, and I'm going to eventually do it. I might do it when the weather gets a little bit warmer. I'm going to go door to door, knocking on people's doors, wearing my GoPro with chest cam, passing out my flyers, just talking to people, tell them that I have an antique store in town. I buy antiques. This is the stuff I'm looking for. Gather your stuff up, bring it into my shop, and we're going to look at it together, and I want to buy your stuff. No one does that. Imagine if you went door to door telling people you want to buy their stuff.
Just don't go door to door asking for granny panties.
Oh,
yeah.
Or breast pumps.
Yeah.
His name's not Steve.
Granny don't like that. She said, "Here you go, Sonny. Here's your tab."
Yeah, you never know what's going to end up.
These are antique.
Slightly used.
From the 1960s.
Yeah, my biggest one was last summer. My wife and I went to a yard sale at 7:00 in the morning, and we walked by a couple of bins. They weren't even open, and I asked the lady, I said, "You put up online that you had a ton of toys?" And she goes, "Yeah, they're in the bins here. They open them up." And I said, "Well, what do you take for it all?" She goes, "Oh, 25. I said, "Will you take 20? She goes, "Sure." So I finally took everything home. She was filling shoe boxes full of other stuff that, I think this goes with this piece and everything. We finally sold the last couple of pieces the other day, and it made almost $800 on it.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
every year,
who hasn't shared theirs? I haven't shared mine, but I want to see if anybody else. I can't remember.
What you looking for?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Who hasn't shared their best, most memorable find or flip or whatever? Am I
I
chopping up?
haven't
a lot?
found too much yet.
Yeah, I haven't really. Other than the flipping the penny stuff, that's. I mean, that's not like a great find or like the all-time thing. I mean, I'm still new, so I've got some time.
I know. Okay, so I have a interesting take on this. Okay, so I follow this girl, Krista Coupons. Absolutely love her. She's always got great coupon deals that you can do. One thing I have found that is good for RA is like you're putting coupons together to get so your items are like, I mean, your cost of goods is really low.
Yeah.
And then you can, I mean, you can sell that stuff on eBay, Amazon, I'm sure, Mercari, or, Poshmark. But yeah, so I have a few items that I've done that and I've turned around and sent it into Amazon, and the ROI is crazy. Like I have some Swiffer items I bought for like, it ended up being like with the coupons and everything, like $2. And they sold for like 26 on Amazon.
Yeah, I think I sold the same ones.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's, that's a unique way like that you can, lower your cost of goods, and you're able to increase, your profit.
Yeah, that's how I actually just started reselling, was just going to Dollar General doing the coupons.
Oh, really?
And yeah, that's when I got really into it. And then I started going to Goodwill and everything else. Now my kryptonite's clothing and shoes.
Yeah, Dollar General, you can really stack your coupons, get some really good deals.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But what I see around here is with everybody doing couponing now, there's more and more yard sales that become couponing sales, yard sales now. You show up and here's toiletries and here's shampoos and everything. I'm like, that's
1,700 tubes of toothpaste.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, that was like that one yard sale we hit, Josh. You could tell the guy was like a girl was an Amazon seller, because everything she had multiples of, and she had like a tote that Josh said it was on Brickseek not too long ago. It was just a tote of like markers. It's just this huge tub just full of them, and she had like who, if you go to a yard sale, like who in the world would have 3 brand new bedding sets? Like it was just, you could tell this lady was doing some RA.
I see RA people like on Facebook Marketplace, like in my area. I mean, they must be. I don't think, maybe they're not like doing RA like without the coupons, but they're definitely doing something with the coupons and then buying it, because they have like, I mean, they're selling like lots of like shampoo and body wash and like air freshener and
that's couponers.
Yeah, this one wasn't a couponer. She was definitely she was sourcing, and it was just like you could tell it was like bad buys.
I see. So she's selling on her yard sale what she couldn't sell like on Amazon.
Yeah.
That's I got
what it looked like.
That's amazing. I know nothing about couponing. There's a lady here in town that's pretty much got the DG down on the lockdown, and so I don't even mess with it that much. We've got 2 of them, and I did talk to my ladies over at our Dollar Tree, and they said that they get new trucks in on Saturday. So I'll go over tomorrow and check the store out for new product Sunday and Monday to see if they get any new unique stuff in, and maybe do a video or something. But that's something I'm going to start doing.
I can say that it has to be the first thing I online, which was that tank that I found on the side of the road. And I say that because if it weren't for that tank, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Like, yeah, I found a few things that were 1,000% ROI. I've found some cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's that first thing that I found. It was free. Started all of this. So it's my favorite thing that I've ever sold, because I was honest with it started just opening doors for me just from the very get-go. I told the guy, look, it's chipped, I can't sell it to you under this condition, and he said, no, I'll come by and pick it up. I gave it to him for free, but he reaches in his pocket, gives me $20, and literally with that, it just I just kept that mentality, like always make sure that the customer's happy, always do to others what you would want them to do to you. Um, that kind of stuff, and that's where I'm at now.
What's your guys' favorite place to source? If you want to give, you don't want to give it up, you don't have to. I like one of my favorite secret places to source is the Habitat for Humanity thrift shops. Those places are killer. Nobody really thinks about that place as a sourcing opportunity, but I buy stuff from there all the time to be able to flip and make money on.
My main one is usually Goodwill. Until maybe today, that might change, but we'll see once the stuff hits Amazon.
I like the farm and ranch stores.
Yeah, you like those? You like those stores?
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah,
I source there too. Rural King, Tractor Supply. Sometimes your little mom and pop places.
Yeah, I
I'll
like
go in there
Tractor
and
Supply.
You can find stuff you just can't find other places.
Have you guys hit up any Fred's since it's going out of business?
I don't have a Fred's close.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. So
never heard of it.
What is
Yeah.
it, Fred? Fred's?
Heard of it? I've never been.
Yeah, it's called Fred's. It's like a chain discount store, I guess. But apparently they're going out of business. We have two near where I live, but I went in there and everything was only like 10% off. So
Keep going back. Keep going back.
no, I plan to.
Listen, I went to last week. I posted on my Instagram. I went to My Family Dollar because that's where I buy a lot of my just regular things.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go there all the time. And then I noticed the trend. I noticed that things were getting like a lot of clearance and a lot of this and a lot of that. And I've scanned that place I could tell you everything that's inside that store. So I go and I see that they have a sign that says store closing, 20% off everything. So I put it on Instagram just to see, let people know, hey, look, check this out, And I went again a couple days ago and it was already at 30%. So I asked the guy, I go, hey, are you by any chance marking down more? And he's like, yeah, Sunday, it'll be 50% off everything.
That's awesome.
And then after that, most likely they're gonna literally the last couple days, it'll be like 90% or 75%. Now the things that you're gonna find in there, it's gonna be slim pickings because that place, at least the store I went to, is already cleaned out from regular people buying all the diapers and stuff.
Right.
But still, it's a good thing to keep an eye out. When you find something like that, you have to just keep checking it or ask and see if you get any more information on it.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
I've been hitting Shopko because I'm in the middle of Shopko country. There's tons of them around me. And I started going when they first announced the first 200 stores closing. And I started kind of learning how the liquidation company was handling that. And then once they announced they were closing all stores, they completely changed the way they were doing everything. They were at first shipping all the good stuff to other stores, but now everything's still in the stores. I went to one last week, and it was the day before they closed. Everything was 90% off. And I don't know if I posted on Instagram, but we had 3 carts full.
Wow.
And luckily I just got ungated in over the counter and topicals. So
Nice.
I've cleaned the place out.
That's cool.
Go
ahead, John.
You go ahead, Derek.
Yeah, we're losing the Rite Aid at the top of our street, so that's 75% off. And then we're losing who else is losing their Bed Bath & Beyond? We're losing ours.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bed Bath & Beyond?
Yeah, they're closing a lot of stores.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, none of the ones by me.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, but I haven't gone in yet, but the Rite Aid was at 75% off because it's becoming a Walgreens, and it's like there's hardly anything left. But I picked up like 3 Hot Wheels that were left and a couple other things that I wanted to clear out the toy department, but I didn't have enough money on me.
Yeah, don't worry. Scott probably already got that one.
He didn't hit Rhode Island, so Nope.
What was you gonna say, Josh?
Yeah, none of the Bed Bath & Beyonds by me were closing, but when the Payless sale started, there's like 4 Payless around me, and they were all closed within a week and a half, just gone.
Wow.
Like I didn't have
Wow.
I wanted to get some Brannick devices, foot measuring devices. If nobody knows that they're called Brannick devices, no idea why, and I literally went in, like I heard the sale was going on 3 days later. I went in, I'm like, yeah, there's some racks left. I'm like, never mind, thanks.
That's crazy. Yeah, they must have just been like, hell with it, we're done.
Or they knew I was coming, and they're like, we're out of here. And
Yeah. Whoa, Josh is coming, everybody. Run.
it's over.
Yeah, that's a great thing when stores are closing. You can buy just about anything in there.
Yeah. The
I know
phone
a ton
system.
of people. Yeah, I know a ton of people that got air pillow machines and sealers when Toys R Us went out.
Wow.
Yeah, a really good place to source too. If you live anywhere where there's a factory, a lot of times the factory will have seconds, or they'll have overstock, or they'll have like I live near a cap factory, and they make mistakes while they make caps. Say if they run a 3,000 order caps and they used one wrong thread, one wrong color, they have to put all of those caps back, reprint them, and they sell those caps at a reduced cost to a buyer. There's different buyers that buy. I'm on the list now to buy from them because me and Chris, Liquidation Ohio, were interested in buying these caps so that we could resell them on different platforms. So, like, if you live next to a company that builds something, it's not very hard. Just find their social media presence, reach out to them, and say, "Hey, my name is so and so, and I'm a reseller, and I'm looking to connect with somebody inside your corporation to see about if you have any overstock, backstock product that you would like to move to clear out warehouse space." And you'd be surprised what you could possibly find by just making that one phone call or sending that one email.
Hey, John, I live near John Deere. You think that'd work for me? Think I'd
I
get a
don't
cheap
know.
tractor?
Well, your tires are off. Sell me 50% off.
But what do you think that they do with all the parts that are no longer, you don't think that they don't have a shelf somewhere inside that factory full of crap they don't know what to do with? It's easier with small factories, not huge multi-billion-dollar corporations. But if they're just a multi-million-dollar corporation or a couple $1 million corporation, there's a bookbinding company up north of me that I could go up there and pick up pallet loads of books if I wanted to, but they're kid books. Shoe factory that sells kid shoes. There's all kinds of stuff that I've made contacts with. I've just nothing that interests me.
I know there's somebody that, if you ever watch the Scrap Vulture, he rides around on his moped, but he goes to a dumpster that they make the worms for fishing. So he gets all the extra ones, the ones that are not proper, or then he gets them right out of the trash. He's been selling them like $20 for a box of these worms for fishing. So, and he gets them right out of the dumpster because he talks to the guy. He says, "Oh yeah, this is just the ones that we don't need anymore. This is an out of date product, and here you go." So,
See, I should do that. I live a quarter of a mile down the road from the Vitamix World headquarters. I should just walk in there and be like, I need your stuff. I'm just going to go through your dumpsters. Thanks, guys.
Oh, we got another one. I like Jordan's comment. He said the Brady Bunch. What is it? The Brady Bunch live show.
The Brady Bunch live show.
Yo, it's the Brady. What's up, Oscar?
Yo, what's up? Sorry, I'm a little late. Or a lot late.
We've been waiting for you for hours.
You got any for us?
Huh?
You didn't bring no barbecue to share?
Of course. I got some chicken. I got some sausages. There's plenty of Cuban coffee. So
Cuban coffee. Yo, what's up with the Cuban coffee though, man?
I got some.
Oh man, I got regular American coffee.
so Alex, who's who then?
Huh?
We're the Brady Bunch. Who's who? Are you Alice?
I'll be Alice. I don't care. Alice was the coolest one anyway.
I guess I'll be Janice or whatever her name is.
Who?
Wasn't that one of them? Janice?
Yeah,
or something?
Janice.
Yeah.
Marsha,
You know,
Janice.
it goes with the J name theme.
There you go. What do we got? Tiff, what are you, Marsha?
Okay, I'll be Marsha.
Marsha.
Hey, John, you're gonna be the little one there. What was her
The
name?
little
Cindy.
one. Cindy. Yeah.
Cindy. Oh my God! I guess I'll be Mr. Brady then.
Oh, okay, yeah, you be the father.
Yeah. What, BJ? What about you, bud? What do you want to be, Greg, Peter, or
Sure.
Bobby?
Doesn't matter to me.
You know one thing though about this whole Toys R Us closing down. My dream was I really wanted us sign, and I remember seeing somebody more. They came up on the Toys R Us sign. You know, like I guess they threw it out in the dumpster and they put it all in their truck, and like that's something I'm waiting for. I go by the Toys R Us's that are still here, and I'm waiting for them to tear down those signs.
Wait, you still have Toys R Us there?
Yeah,
Empty
Oh
store.
wow.
yeah, they're
Yeah, but-
empty store. They're empty. They're closed.
But in
Okay.
Canada, you can.
The signs are still up.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
In Canada, they have open stores already.
Mhm.
Reopened.
Oh, they
Yeah,
they
'cause-
never closed in Canada. Up in Canada, they never closed their stores.
Yeah, because somebody bought them and they bought a bunch of other companies or whatever, and we'll see what happens. I mean, that to me sucks that Toys R Us had to close,
Well,
but whoever was able to take it, good for
they've
them.
been saying that KB Toys and Toys R Us are going to make an appearance for Christmas time. Just like let's find a spot that's open in a mall and throw up a quick like the calendar store is just for the Christmas time because they still have so much stock from being up in Canada that they need to get rid of it, and then they're going to close up again after Christmas, and then vice versa. So
That'd be cool. Yo, one of these days, whenever this panel gets this big,
yep.
we have to do like one of those what do you call it when you do like it's like a quartet or whatever? No, that's 4 people. You know, the thing where like the first person goes, "Are we in my way? Are we in my way?" And then the other person starts later, and then at the end everybody's like, "In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight." Yeah, that's that kind of thing.
Oh my God.
Or go in unison, the row, row, row your boat.
There you go.
Oh, your boat.
Let's do it right now.
Go ahead, Alex. You start it.
Watch
I'll
all the
start.
watchers go away.
All right, we're gonna go from me to the left, so it'll be Tiffany next, and then John. All right, here we go.
I'm not participating.
Yeah, I'm with John. I'm not singing here.
This is more fun. If Scott
I'll
were
play the drums.
if Scott were here, he'd totally be in. He'd
Oh,
be
yeah,
singing
definitely.
all day.
Picker, you
Hey,
wouldn't even sing
Yes.
happy birthday.
yeah,
too.
last night he said no singing.
Yeah, I know.
26
You're by
watching, 26
He's saying-
thumbs down.
He sang today. He sang today. What are you kidding? On his video, he sang. So there you go.
He did.
Yes, he did.
I didn't. See
I didn't
it
get
yet,
to
man.
watch all of it.
Oh, you got it. It was great.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna have to.
He sounds terrible.
That was my wife. I'm sorry.
I don't think any of it sound good. Maybe.
Well, they kept on calling Harlan the policeman today. So
That's what I love about this, man. This is awesome. Get to know each other and crack jokes.
that's it. We're a family. You know that, Alex.
All day, every day.
Reselling misfits.
So let's see this chat here.
Stop teasing me, John.
Huh?
Stop teasing me. I know what that is.
See, Yvette Anderson says she'll sing.
Uh,
I like that. You're invited to the show whenever you want. Just hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, on here, and we'll come on here. We'll do just one show that's 2 minutes long of us just singing.
oh man. Guantanamera.
Guajira, Guantanamera. Guantanamera. My grandma used to sing with Celia Cruz.
There you go.
I don't think anybody but Eric. Celia, American Idol auditions. So yeah,
A singer passed away today. I can't remember which group he was from.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Mr. Lemon from the Harlem Globetrotters. He passed away.
Oh, that sucks. I hate it when I hear people die. I hate.
It's life, John. I mean, if we all lived all the time, what the heck? We would never be able to move around in this country anymore.
Well, it's getting to that point. They said probably in the next 50 years they're going to have the ability to. They're going to live for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Okay, here's one. I bet you guys. I bet some of you guys have never seen this. See this farm show edition? These John Deere tractors.
Yep.
They come with chasers in them in the cases.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So there's the regular green ones.
Yep.
There's ones they'll either be muddy, dusty, or snowy.
Right.
And then there's ones that are usually gold, silver, or metallic color.
Yep.
And the metallic colors are the super rare ones, and they go big.
money.
I actually found one. I just went up to the booth at the farm show and bought one, and it happened to be a metallic one.
That's
and
cool.
I jumped on eBay and looked, and they were going for $500.
Yep.
Wow.
That's why.
And it
that's
was.
why you're talking about the farm shows, but Hollywood just had theirs, and it's the same thing. When you go to the shows, you can buy your limited edition pieces. So, but yeah, I'd rather get a Massey Ferguson. I like Massey Ferguson.
Well, Case IH does the same thing for the farm show. They have Case IH ones too.
Yep. Yeah, I have a friend. I have a friend that lived in Maine, and his dad used to run a Massey Ferguson dealership, so he had all that stuff.
Can you show that thingamajig again?
Oh no! Here we go.
Oh God!
Here we go.
I could only talk about it so long if I had to come outside.
Oh my God.
There he is.
Hi, Dad.
Oh, I must be.
Hi, Dad. Oh,
I was actually coming outside to test this. I started to put this in a Facebook group because I didn't know whether to buy it or not. I asked the guy how much for the Nintendo DS, and she said $1.
wow.
It's a DS. It has a game in it. I haven't looked at it yet. Y'all want to know what the game is?
Yeah, let's check it
Animal
out.
Crossing.
Or dogs, Nintendo, something like that.
Powerpuff Girls.
It's Pokemon White.
I was gonna say
nice.
Pokemon. I was gonna say it.
For a freaking $1.
You know what
Yeah.
game? You know what GameStop's doing until May 12th, Scott? You know that, right?
No, what's that?
Buy back whatever it is in trade, you get for cash.
This is the same lady who sold me a Wii system complete with 5 games for $10, an Xbox 360 with 5 games for $10, and my sombrero. I don't know if y'all seen my Instagram post, but my sombrero that was $1. Oh wait, hold on.
There it is. Oh yeah.
There you go.
I have one of those.
Oh yeah. No, we all had different hats on today, Scott. Let's go. Let's put them back
Let's
on,
put on our
guys.
hats. We gotta put on our
Oh
hats.
my! I'm the only one without a hat.
Put a box on your head.
Don't worry, I don't either.
Put an
You
Amazon
have
box
a
on your head.
baseball cap.
Yeah, this
Box
I
on
should have
my
bought that
head.
donut hat.
I should have bought the unicorn hat. That thing was amazing.
I tried it
All
on.
right.
I tried it on, took a picture of the yard sale, and I paid to leave all the stuff. She's like, "You're not going to buy the sombrero?" I'm like, "Damn it." Okay, how much? She said,
John, you didn't put your hat underneath. Wait a minute, you're not right, John.
I'm not wearing the wig. It takes a lot of work.
Put the wig on, man.
Hey, BJ, if you can't hear, hit the refresh button because when the last person came in, it does that sometimes. So just refresh and you'll be able to hear again. Oh, and that's nice. A top hat with sparkly stuff on it. Dang.
"Come on, baby.
That's one.
Come on. How do you turn this thing on?"
The power button.
Talk dirty.
That's generally a good place
He's
to start.
got to put his readers on.
Telling how pretty it is.
Talk to it.
Hey, don't hate that I got a Nintendo DSi for $1 with a Pokemon game. It works.
I am jealous.
We went to the yard sale and scored 3. You know why? You can come in here and verify. We scored an original Game Boy Color for $1 and 2 DSIs for $1 a piece. So yeah, I know they're out there.
I got a Game Boy Color for $1 too, but I think mine's better than yours.
Mine came with a Mario game.
Mine was the Pokemon edition.
So your cards are better than mine, Scott, that you got today?
The Pokemon's is harder to find. It came with some game. I don't know what it was, but yeah, today there were a lot of game systems. Harlan bought a couple PS2s, all the controllers, and 5 games. I think he gave $10 for all that.
Those will be nice in his garage.
Yeah, I don't know if he sent me a text of a picture. We were in his neighborhood. There's 3 neighborhoods together. They all had yard sales, and we come around the corner and we drove by these stuff on the side of the road. He's like, "Were those price tags or were those free?" I'm like, "That said free." So right in the middle of all these yard sales, we're loading up my van with the Play School or whoever makes those big car beds, the big blue one, and then the one that looks like the little cars, a little push car.
Yep, 2.
2 of them for free. It took 2 trips to get them back to his place. He's taking them to the auction, so they were free. I mean, we had a good day today.
Nice.
I liked your punny video. I watched it on the way home from.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, Harlan's got a bunch of them too. What's the last one I remember he did? Some dude had all these deers up there, and he made some joke about a herd or something. Yeah, we didn't find a lot. We normally find more at the flea market, but when you go with that's most people, you can't go with other pickers because you won't find anything. There were 4 of us that went, man. But we all bought stuff. We all had a good time. I mean, sometimes it's more about having a good time. You still find stuff. I'd much rather find a little bit less than have a good time with friends. And
You got to find a glass guy. That's how you do it. I got a buddy named Paul. He comes in chat sometimes. He's at Village Creek Mercantile, and he went to an auction today, and he's like excited. He comes over to my house. He's like, "Man, the whole truck of my bed's full of stuff," and I'm like, "Sweet, let's see what you got. Let's play this game." He pulls up, and it's coffee pots and butter dishes and Pyrex bowls, and I'm like, "It's glass. It's all glass." He's like, "Yeah, it's glass." I'm like, "We need to go to yard sales together. This would be perfect. Marriage made in heaven."
yeah, he bought
Good.
He bought a bag of one of those big looks like one of them shrink bags full of Legos. He got it for $7. And while we're at the same yard sale, he's over there getting the bag of Legos, and I'm like, there's a complete set, and then the Lego Hogwarts, the train as a retired set. The guy said it's all in there. The train's put together, but the rest of it's not. And in the box with the manual is $2.
Nice.
Sweet.
It's like $200.
Yeah.
Between, I mean, last week his brother bought a 2 bins full of Legos. He gave $20 for them. He's pulled out 100 minifigures so far. And he's pulled out 6 Nintendo DS games because they were buried in the bottom of all of them.
Nice.
I mean, it's just crazy.
You know what I like though about going like when I go with Oscar, and then last week we went with his sister-in-law. I mean, it's just that fact that you're with somebody else doing it, and they're into it, and then it's sort of there's a little bit of competition there. Like when Oscar found the Garbage Pail Kids, I was like, man, I wish I found that first. He found
You're never gonna let that one go, huh?
I'm happy for you, so I'm not envious, but it's that it creates that. All right, so now I gotta go find.
Yeah,
something
you got to
good,
be on your game. Yeah.
And
I mean, yeah. Well, when we go, it's I always end up finding something, and then I don't try to compete with you. I know exactly usually what it is that you're looking for. You're going after the VCRs. I know that you still have that unicorn out there for your Nintendo. I'm you know me. I look for things that are collectibles. Like the Garbage Pail Kids. I saw those old cameras. Things like that. Those are the things that I try to look for. I like vintage stuff. Because at the same time, okay, I'm new to reselling now. So I'm finding something that maybe could help me gain some profit, but at the same time, I also like to collect things. So
Oscar, does your toy dar go on when you get to it? Ooh,
I found Rambo vintage toys.
There you go. There you go.
Show them that you got the cameras there with you.
The cameras? Yeah, I got the cameras. Yeah, the cameras. But I have them on display. It's a perfect example, They're on display here in my office. So here's one. This one is dated 1908.
Is that a Kodak?
Wow, that's cool.
And like you can see like the actual stamping.
Yeah.
The lettering. And it's in excellent condition. I'm scared to pull it out because I know that the accordion is dry. So I'm like hesitant. I opened it up. It came out a little bit. Let me leave it like that.
You found that at a yard sale?
I found that in an estate sale, actually.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't an estate sale. And then this one was super cool. This one just pops right out.
That's gorgeous. That's sexy right there. I like that.
So
can you do that again for me?
There you go. For a minute.
Hold on. Let me put it right there.
Come on, give it to me. Yeah. That's awesome. I love it. That's fantastic.
So those are the kind of things, And then the same thing with my sister-in-law, which Alex named her Yard Sale Yami. She messaged me today because she was going through the Yard Sale Treasure Map app, and then she saw that there was an old 1930s Remington typewriter, but it was all busted up, But she had to go to a doctor's appointment. But she gets so hyped up about these old vintage collectible things, that she didn't want to go to the doctor. She wanted to go straight to get it, or try to get me to go and get it. But I was busy, Huh?
How much was the typewriter?
Oh no, we just saw it in one of the pictures on the listing on the yard sale app. We don't know how much it was. I didn't go out to try to get it, but it's those kind of things that that I try to look for normally. Old school typewriters, things like old cameras.
Those busted up typewriters. If I wouldn't suggest making a YouTube video over it because I got roasted by typewriter lovers. But I would buy the busted up ones, and I'd just take a big pair of like tin snips or like a big pair of like little, you know what I'm talking about? And I cut the keys off of it, made a video of it, and apparently that's like kicking dogs or something, drowning kittens. They hated on me for a week, but man, if you can pick them up for like $5 or $6 if they don't work, you can cut the keys off them and sell them for $40 or $50 a set on eBay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're probably still open tomorrow. Today I couldn't make it out there, but I'll probably see if I find. It's not too far from my house. I know that there was also another an antique. I think it was a 1920s Royal typewriter that was also in the listing. So there's a couple of old things. And
glass keys are the key. The glass keys.
Yeah.
All right, Derek.
Yeah.
Is that worth the quarter?
Damn, that's first edition, dude. That's like a $20 car.
Wow.
There's another quarter one. It's one of my favorite cars to begin
Yep.
with.
It's like a $3 to $5 car. Yep.
And I paid 50 cents for that one.
That's the new one. I like that one. That's hot. Yep. That's a $5 car. Yep.
I didn't ever used to look at these things, and now you got me looking at every damn one of yard sales.
If you crack that, you can use that as a bottle opener. That's an actual bottle opener.
Oh, that's why the tail's so tall?
Yeah. Look at the back of the card. It doesn't tell you on that one, but it says on the other one, it's an actual bottle opener.
Oh,
No,
that's
it
cool.
actually does show it right there in the corner if you can see it.
Yeah. See?
Yep.
I want to know why kids are using Hot Wheels to open up their beers. That's all.
That's the real question here.
Junior, go get me a beer and fetch your Hot Wheel. Daddy's got to get drunk tonight.
You're teaching the kid right. Oh, Dad, I got 3 Hot Wheels. Here you go.
I hope it doesn't make you mad. I'll probably end up using that one on the show to open a beer.
Hey, let's go for it. I have 3 or 4 of them myself.
Yes, there was just a lot of stuff out there. I find the yard sales the first of the year are usually the best yard sales. The middle and the end of the year start drifting off. So there was a ton of stuff out there today, and we only made it to like 30 or 40 in one little section. I mean, the entire rest of Huntsville we never even saw.
Well, when you were at the flea market, when you showed me when you said it was Johnny Lightning's, you left the Stotsky and Hutch car there. That was a $50 car in your hand, right in front of you.
He'll be back. You see a lot of the same vendors. He'll be in that same spot. And that's why I showed it, because I'm like, if there's something there, he'll tell me. I'll buy it next time.
Yeah.
So
the Stotsky and Hutch, the red Torino with the white stripe.
Oh yeah. Okay. I know. I remember it now because yeah,
It's
I'm old enough to remember that show on TV. Yeah. We were somewhere, and the lady had she wanted too much for it. She had a 1981 Dukes of Hazzard trash can. It was dented in the back, or we'd have got it. But
nice.
I think she wanted. She would never give us a price. She said, "Look how expensive they are online." And we're like,
"Oh, I hate that."
Yeah, but they all don't have those dents in them. And she just looked at us like, "But yeah, I remember them too."
I always, when someone tells me, "Look how expensive they are online," then my next, well, why don't you just sell it online?
Oh yeah,
it's because you're probably getting a big fat disability check and you don't want to pay any taxes. But that's between you and Jesus, so we'll leave that one alone.
You and Jesus.
You and Jesus, but you want to get in my pocket pretty deep. How about I give you $5 for the Dylan Dukes of Hazzard trash can? We call it a day.
But there's some stuff I bought that I didn't look up. There's some stuff you just got to know. Like, lady has some car mats on the ground, and I'm like, "Did you ever use these?" She's like, "No, I didn't like the color. I put the black ones in my car." I'm like, "How much you want for them?" A full set of them. She said, "Just give me $3." And they went to her Lexus, so I'm sure they're pretty good.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Wow.
Harley's like, "Where did you get them?" I'm like they were under that table you just walked by. He never looked under the table.
Well, on my show on Thursday, my friend Jen, who's Desert Sellers 19, she sent a printer to New York, and the guy was a used car dealer. When he sent the thing back because he said it didn't work, he had a brand new set of Lexus car mats wrapped around the printer that he sent back to her. So she got it back, but then she got a $100 pair of brand new car mats to sell online.
That's crazy.
Yep.
But take advantage of your Harlan talked about it last night, of your Facebook, if your neighborhood, especially if your neighborhood's the one doing it, because the houses in his neighborhood Facebook were all saying who was going to have the yard sales. He lives in a real big neighborhood, and one of them said, yeah, he asked, does anybody have video games? And he'd already bought a PS set and 5 games for $20 Friday night before we even started Saturday.
Oh, nice.
So it's a good idea that if you're in those Facebook groups with specific groups of people, don't be afraid to go. Hey, I'm looking for this. Anybody got it? And
Well, I was showing them, Scott. I got this today. This is a Megalodon from Godzilla.
I used to date her in high school.
That's why you have the problem with the little back ends, John.
Yeah.
the shipping department must be closed.
She's in bed. I think she's doing something. When I go live, you know how she goes, Scott. She gone.
She disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's way prettier than me. I don't even get it.
Yeah, if Joni thinks even thinks that this thing's turned off, she won't come out here.
That's funny because it's always turned on. Sorry, I'm neck deep in marketplace.
I wonder, how many of you guys? I'm sure a few have sourced like the storage units. I've started looking at them and the online auctions for them, and you see the pictures, and then they're like, it has this, this, and this, and then I'm like, so did they dig through it already? Because all of them, it's just like closed. I'm like, how do you know what's in all these tubs if you're putting it in the listing?
I bet if you want to get around that, you got to go do live storage auctions.
Yeah, go live. Go to the live ones. I have a buddy. Anybody live close to St. Louis? My buddy on May 10th is going to be doing the U-Haul storages in St. Louis, and there'll be 100 units available. And he does not go through them, and U-Haul does not go through them. So that's a great place to source storage lockers.
So what do you consider live close?
I mean,
100 miles. I don't know. I know Shane's close enough that he should go, but he'll be in St. Louis that weekend. But he's going to be there with his wife and kids. No sourcing for him.
I mean, we're talking 6.5 hours. That's not really.
For you, that's nothing. That's like going down the street.
this summer I'm going to find a way to drive down to Alex. I'm going to thrift from Cleveland to Miami, Florida. It's going to be epic.
Yeah, man. The first thing we're going to do is get some Cuban coffee.
Exactly.
We're going to go source it. Man, I heard you and Jordan had a great time today, man.
Dude, 10 hours. It was exhausting, but it was a lot of fun. We just kept going. We'd be like, at the end, I think we were like 8 hours or maybe 7 to 8 hours deep. And we just kept going. And we're like, there's some more down there. And we're like, we're going to hate ourselves if we don't go. So we just kept walking up to every single one. Even the one guy, his last year, the one he was sitting, he was selling, that was it. We still walked over and talked to him.
You want to see what I was talking about? Like on Marketplace, this guy's got this mirror. Well, right in front of the mirror is like, I'm guessing, I don't know. It looks like it ain't a Chevelle.
It looks like a Chevelle. It looks like a Chevelle. It looks like a 68 or 9 Chevelle rear end.
Yeah.
I was like, I wasn't sure, but yeah. So what I would be doing is if like I had a little bit more money in my pocket, I'd be like, hey, nice mirror. What about your car? How much is it?
Well, it looks like he got in an accident or he's restoring the rear quarter because that's all bond. That's all fine.
But that's what I'm talking about. You can see all kinds of stuff in the background of these Marketplace photos.
It could be a GTO background too. That there's a couple of those GTOs to the late 90s. The Judge and all that Judge body style and this.
Yeah. Well, they're all GM. They're all GM bodies. So
yeah, there's just a few flares here or there that are the difference.
So did Steve get back to you about your video today with your with the huge gigantic granny panties? No, that was hilarious. Those things were huge.
We walk up and first thing I think it's in his video. First thing he says is, "I damn sure don't want to meet a woman who wears those."
That thing was the size of a what was that? Was like a 14-foot
size of a Chevelle.
No, the van. No, this thing was like the size of the van.
Yeah,
used as a car cover.
Hey, we only put a few jokes on there. We made a lot. The lady was so she put them up there to get people to come over there and talk to her, but she was hilarious. I mean,
It's all fun and games. It reminds me of what's the movie with the guy that went in Shallow Hal, where he's in the bedroom and the lady takes her underwear off and throws it together, and he's like, what is this? And great movie.
Well, that's how big these things were, John. Like almost as big as the ones that he got thrown at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody on Instagram said the only thing they'd be good for is like making a slingshot.
And use them as a parachute.
Yeah, Instagram got a little crazy. Somebody asked me, did I sniff them? There's all kinds of crazy comments. I'm like, are you out of your mind?
Why would I sniff something like that? But they did smell like peppermint.
Tiffany's probably like, what the hell are you guys? Come on.
That's it. We're like, Alex is never allowed back on my show.
No, it's great.
Who doesn't like a Thin Mint?
They were Girl Scouts. They used them as a tent.
Oh,
I blame Scott.
Yeah, it's all my fault. The crazy shit I run into.
yeah, at least I like the bear taps. At least you had almost all of them that you liked.
See, this is really cool. I'm reading the chat, and there's people that are like, hey, I'm from St. Louis, or I'm a few minutes from St. Louis, and people are getting to know each other, man, connecting, because it's true. Like Scott, I've heard Scott say it a couple times, and it's true. This could be a lonely business.
Yeah.
And that that's why I love going to yard sales with Oscar. Besides the fact that he's one of my best friends in the world, I love going to yard sales and stuff with him, and having somebody to talk to, and be like, oh, what you going through and this and that. And that's what I love about this whole community. So, yeah, if you guys are out there in the chat, if you want to put where you're from, if you feel comfortable doing that, maybe connecting with somebody that's close to you. I'm not recommending just going all crazy and meeting up with a stranger, but I'm saying definitely if you want to, get to know somebody that's in your area, and maybe building a relationship there as far as reselling goes, that would be awesome. Go ahead and put where you're from, and maybe some people will connect.
This is how me and Josh met, and then we just met up today to go yard sailing.
It's like I told my wife,
awesome.
I met my good friend on the internet. I'm going to go meet him today, an hour away. And she's like, okay.
Well, May 25th, the Street Outlaws are coming up to New Hampshire. So we have me, Thrift Minds, and Gab Kitty, and most of the New Englanders are all going to go up there and meet on a Saturday and have a little hangout and just meet everybody, and then go over and watch some of the races. So if anybody's from New England and wants to come up, May the Memorial Day weekend, that's what we're doing.
Like that Memorial Day weekend, if you guys want to source, you guys will link up.
That's it.
And that's generally a good weekend for sourcing. I know a lot of flea markets around the country. Those are big weekends for flea markets and stuff. The one here, one of our local ones here, is one of their two big ones. So even if you don't go somewhere, take advantage of the extra inventory available. Unless you live in Huntsville, it just got canceled.
See, Alex, I think you like Oscar because when he finds the good stuff, you can just make the excuse. He found all the good stuff. I couldn't find anything.
Alex sometimes he gets things for free sometimes.
Dude, I get stuff for free all the time.
Yeah, John, we ordered some good stuff for free today.
I pay for the things that I find, but I mean, I'm here picking up some things, and then he's talking to the front door neighbor about VCRs, and then she walks out with a brand new VCR with the remote. It's like, oh, I got the remote control here.
I show up to a yard sale like this, all up in their face, and I'm like, hey, by any chance you guys got any VCRs? And they're like, oh, I got one across the street.
That's his icebreaker.
Yeah, man. No, but yeah, the thing is that Oscar has been doing it for a very long time. But before he was actually even into the whole reselling thing like that, like how he's doing it now, he was just doing it for fun. You know, he would go treasure hunting with him, his sister-in-law, and he would find stuff that he liked. He likes silver, German beer steins. He loves German beer steins. You know, just and it's like he gets off of the car, and I literally get behind him because I have to follow him because I know that he's going directly to something valuable. Like he always finds something amazing. But the cool thing is that he teaches me a lot. I've learned a lot about it, you know, because he's very knowledgeable in a few areas, you know.
That's what
So
was
that-
fun with going with Josh today is he knows stuff that I don't know and vice versa. So that was kind of neat to get, both heads together and find some stuff at these yard sales.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know a little bit about collectibles, antiques, and things of that nature, and then me and Alex talking throughout the whole day. We have fun doing it. We have fun doing it. We go out. We had to bounce the ideas off of each other. I see when he picks up something, I watch him and see what he does with the things that he finds. And the same thing goes for me. I'm always going looking for things. Any type of value, silver. I think I told him about my sister-in-law Yami, how she found this sterling silver swan. It was like this big, a sterling silver swan that you would see it on a table at a yard sale, and then you think it's nothing, right? But then it
Right.
turns out that it's sterling silver. And she knows about these things, and I learned a couple things, about her too. And then last time we went out, we were talking about one of the pictures that we were looking at, one of the estate sales, and she shows us a picture of a vase. You remember, Alex? And it turns out that it was a spittoon. And that was blew my mind. That was the word of the day that day.
That was
What
the
is
word
a
of
spittoon?
that was my question that day. Was what is a spittoon?
You spit in it.
Yeah, you ever seen like the old cartoons or the old westerns where like the guy will be chewing tobacco, he'll just spit inside of a thing, and it'll go "Pa-ting!"
Yeah.
like that.
Ding.
Yeah, that's a spittoon, and apparently they're worth some good money.
Yeah, $600. I saw some $800. It depends on what they're made of. It's like brass, bronze. It depends on the material, and it's also how old it is. And one thing that's important, when you find things like that, you can't try to refinish them. You have to keep them, because if they have pitting and you want to clean up the pitting, you're just doing more damage. You got to leave it exactly how it is. But then if you find one of those that are really, really old and in really good condition, they go for a decent amount of money. But me, I'll just end up collecting it. Alex needs to beat me to those so he can sell it, because if I find something old, I start leaning towards hoarding. There's a thin line between.
She's got there's your person that will buy those 2 urinals that the people wanted to sell you this weekend.
I found out there was another one today.
I said I'm but especially with Holland not knowing, he wanted to put that poll into it. Oh my God, that was hilarious. Is that John? What's John doing?
Facebook.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
He's on Facebook Marketplace.
I was, and somebody wrote something, and I replied to it.
Well, you have your screen share on.
Yeah. I don't say anything important.
Is that Tinder in the background?
This is awesome, man. Everybody that's in the chat and just reading everybody's comments, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, Vet. My aunt, she's a nurse too. She's still considered a nurse, but she works now in a different area of the hospital or a different hospital. But yeah, she's also doing the reselling thing, and she started her own store, and she's just building it to launch it like the way she wants to do it. But yeah, definitely, it's a great another source of income. They also spit in the urinals. I just had to read that out loud.
Finally stepped up.
So yeah, guys, we're about we're 2 hours
Mhm.
into this. I hate saying goodbye. Or say I hate stopping the show, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's getting to that time to I've kind of felt like the Mickey Mouse Club. Y'all remember the Mickey Mouse Club?
And now
Yes.
it's time to
Say
say
goodbye to all our
family.
Gotcha.
A weembo way, a weembo way, a weembo way.
MIC, see you real soon. KEY. Why?
Why?
Because you remember when they used to say because we love you and they had to switch it to because we like you?
We like you. Yep.
Because we like you.
Or Stuart, was it Smalley? I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me.
Man, those are good times, man. No wonder that all these things from back in the day are being so is like in trending right now. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just great stuff back in the day. You know, they don't make stuff the way they used to.
Nope.
You remember Playworld? We used to have Playworld. Before there was ever Toys R Us, there was Playworld. And instead of it being a big giraffe, it was a big kangaroo. And then there was Ninja Turtles from wall to wall. And there was G.I. Joes from wall to wall. And, you know, and then I guess it got beat up by Toys R Us. But I think that Playworld, that's one of my fondest memories as a child. One of Playworld.
Yeah, we had Child World up here. It was Child World Children's Place, and they went defunct. But we had a big panda bear. That was our mascot. Look like you, Alex.
What the mascot for what? Toys R Us?
The big panda bear for Child World.
From where?
It was called Child World.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah, it was in the 70s, early 70s, late 80s. And I think we closed down with 87, 88. I think the last one went down.
Yeah, I was 3 or 4 years old that time.
Yeah. I know. It's like, oh my God.
I have memories of when I was that young, believe it or not. But actually, I have the memory of when I was 2 years old and I had my first beer. For some reason, I remember it. I don't know. It's crazy. But yeah, man, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been in the chat. Thank you to everybody in the panel. Kind of want to call this Mr. Fat Man and Mr. DG Picker's neighborhood. You know, we just have guests just pop up. You know, be cool if they could like ring the doorbell and it shows up, and I could be like, "Oh, somebody rang the doorbell. Let's see who it is."
The little trolley comes through with all of it on it.
Choo, choo. Oh man, good times, man. Good times. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for being in the. Thank you all. Want to say words? We could be here for another half hour. So let's start with BJ. BJ, you want to say anything, man?
No. Thanks for having me on. Good meeting everybody. It's a huge panel I've ever seen.
It's pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And Tiffanny,
Yes.
would you like to say anything to the people on this chat?
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you for your support.
Tiffany's awesome, you guys, and BJ's awesome too. Both of y'all are awesome. Thank you guys for being on the show. Y'all are welcome whenever you want. You just have to just let me know you want to come on, or I'll reach out to y'all. Whatever, just hit me up, man. You know we're in this together, and you guys are welcome.
Apparently, we went too long. I got handed a kid.
Oh man, sorry about that, BJ.
Yeah, been 9 months. You're the dad.
It's crazy, man. We try every week that we've done this. We always tell each other, we go, man, this time let's just do like an hour and all that. But it's just, we have so much fun and we talk, and then people jump in, and it's, you know, time flies. So thank you all. Anybody else want to say anything? Anybody? No? Nobody?
Awesome. Thank you.
Good
Yeah.
night, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Just
Thank
keep
you
it
all.
rocking.
Thank you all in the chat. Thank you guys in the panel for jumping in. All of you, of course, are more than welcome anytime. If anybody else out there in the chat wants to be a part of this and share their experience and just have some fun with us and see where the conversation goes, you're more than welcome. Hit me up. We'll talk, and we'll see if you really want to do it. We'll jump in. The more, the merrier, man. This is this, like I said, this is not my show. This is you guys' show. I was given the opportunity to be on a live chat, and I just try to pay it forward and give everybody an opportunity to be a part of something like I was, you know, and I am, you know, I've been taken in by Scott and Shane and just everybody has just shown me so much love, and that's what I want to do. You know, I want to try to give that love back to everybody else. So this isn't mine. This is yours. You guys run the show. We talk a lot, but y'all run the show. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe to, if I'm pretty sure all y'all already subscribed, but subscribe, you know, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to all these beautiful people on the panel. Subscribe to each other. Everybody in the chat, just go into each other's account and just subscribe to each other in the chat. You know, just, you know, like Falcon Wings, subscribe to Train Watch Your Don. Just do it. Just go. Have fun. That's what it's about. Let's get crazy with it. We'll be back next week, Saturday. God, and thank you all again. Peace out. Enjoy the rest.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys.
Right.